Hi, this is Simon Chan, and welcome to my No BS, No Hype network marketing training. Members of my mastermind groups can ask me questions, and today's question comes from a relatively new member, and in just a short time, I've been working with her for the past 2 or 3 months. I've seen her grow a lot, and she's doing her own presentations. But recently, she encountered a challenge that she didn't expect. In the past, she was able to invite a lot of guests to look at presentations, and lately she's been having difficulty inviting. So I'm going to read to you the question she asked. He says, Simon, I love presenting now. I've been presenting for my downline and enjoy it because I now feel more confident. However, I want to set my own meetings as well and get my number of meetings up. It is frustrating as I've been in the business for about 10 months now. I feel that it was easier to invite during my first 8 weeks in the business than it is now. Not sure if it's because I need a new list of people to approach. I realized I must also improve myself, or maybe I'm not inviting enough to get the number of meetings I aim to get. How can I improve my inviting to get people to come out? Or what's the best way to set up more successful meetings? So this is like a common problem that affected me as well, maybe affecting you, where when you first started the business, it was easy for you to invite. And now all of a sudden, you've had some challenges. Okay, and there's basically 3 reasons why this is happening. Number one is it's a mental thing. You know, it's all about the 5 fundamental skills. Number 1 is your mindset, right? So maybe when you first started the business, you thought everyone's going to join the business. It was easy for you to set up an invite. But now, because you've gone through some months of rejection, you have people who never showed up to meetings, or even if they showed up, they didn't join, you start having doubts, and you start mentally telling yourself, this person's not going to be good in the business. Oh, this person, he's not going to join. Oh, this business is not really for that type. So mentally, before a word even opens, it comes out of your mouth mentally already. And we all know about the law of attraction. You attract what your thoughts are. Because if you have a certain attitude towards someone, people can sense it. It's like sometimes, if you talk to someone and they're not confident about something, something's bothering them, or worse, sometimes people are lying to you. You can sense something's going on, right? So if you have a certain prejudice, feelings towards someone that's not going to be a good prospect, that's going to cause a problem. Okay, so you really have to understand you can never prejudge anyone. You really never know who's going to be interested and who's not. And I'm sure the longer you stay in the business, you can understand what I've been through over my 10 years. So that there's people who you never thought would be interested in business, they do the business. And then there's people who will be perfect for the business and they never join, right? So you never know. So that's number 1. The second thing is, the reason why inviting can be harder is because you're talking too much. Okay, and that is probably the biggest thing, where in the beginning, you just invite. You can use what I teach in the soul sponsoring system, how to set it, to categorize the 3 prospects, S, O, and W, and easily do an invite and bring your people to your upline. But as you get better, more experienced, we have a tendency to talk a little bit too much. It could come from different reasons. Number 1, actually, without us realizing, we know more about the business. So when people ask us questions, we talk more. Okay, or sometimes we have pride. Like I remember, I wanted to show my upline, prove it to him that I could do it without his help. Okay, which is the wrong mentality, because remember, when a prospect, every prospect has 3 doubts. Number 1 is this for real? Okay, in which if you handle, you show the tools of your company, which is it shouldn't be a problem. But the second one and the third one are the ones that normally kill the deal. Prevents people from joining. Number 2 is, can I do this? And number 3 is, will you help me? Okay, so number 2, can I do this, is if you're such a great talker, and this is what I did. I actually, for a time, I want to show my upline, my mentor, that I could do it. What happened was, I'll get people that said to me, oh, Simon, you know what? I love the business, but you're such a good talker. You went to Columbia and Ivy League University. I'm not smart. I didn't even barely graduate from high school. I can't do the business. So I made the business too hard for them because I talk too much. And the worst impression you ever want to give people is you're a good talker, you're a good salesperson. Because most people don't want to be a good talker. They don't want to be a salesperson, right? So the more you talk, actually, the more you're good at the business, you're actually turning people off. Okay? And so the business is simple, where, hey, I just, share a few things about how to invite. And if you don't know, again, go to my website. You can get the SOSA, download the free, just go through the resources. I'll teach you what to do. Do a quick invite and let people know that anyone can do the business. It's very simple, right? That even if you don't know what you're talking about, you can easily bring it to your upline, your mentor do the presentation, people will sign up. See, that is easy. That someone gets people excited. If you're such a great talker, talk, that just turns people off because the business becomes too hard. So that's probably one of the main things that she's doing right now is she's talking too much and making the business too hard so people feel like they can't do it. Number 3 is people like to join. Let me ask you, do people like to join groups of people or communities, or do they like to be a lone ranger by themselves? People, whether it's like from choirs, church choirs, sports teams, even if you never play, you're not the superstar, people like to join a team, right? A band, kids who are unloved, they join gangs, right? They like to join a group. They don't want to join you. So again, bring the person to a upline, your team member, lets them know that it's more than you. They're joining a community. So it goes back to the 3rd doubt. Remember the 3 doubts. Is this for real? Will you help me? And is this for real? Can I do this? And will you help me? Right? Will you help me? So the more people you introduce to them, they feel more confident. So like, well, what happens if Simon, you're not around? Well, great. I can talk to John. I can talk to, Scott. These are all people that can support me. So will you help me? That helps them erase their doubts, right? And also, sometimes people are skeptical. Oh, are you in a scam? Are you doing something that's legitimate? But the more they talk to people, the more people they talk to, that makes them feel much more comfortable. That, hey, this is not a one-man show. There's actually a lot of people involved in this, right? So the more people involved, the chances are that they feel that it's going to be a scam or something that won't work decreases dramatically, right? It's just like going to a restaurant. If no one's there, you may think the food is bad. But if a lot of people go, the more your friends have gone there or you've seen people there, then you make, hey, that restaurant must be better. So the more people you introduce, the better. So what are some solutions what she can do here? Number 1, obviously, don't talk too much in the invite. Bring it to use the upline, okay? If you grow big enough, like for example, when I talk to people, I just don't talk to them myself. I introduce them to other people on my team. Now, at this stage, I don't have an upline anymore, right? Because I'm growing my own business, I'm my own team. But what I do is I grab other team members. I use them to help me out. So, for example, if I know the person loves pets, my prospect loves pets, I will find someone I know someone in my organization, downline, my team who loves dogs as well, and I'll connect them, right? And all of a sudden, the fact that and the person doesn't even need to present. They can just talk about dogs for like 5 minutes, chit chat. They feel comfortable. And then my prospect feels, hey, this is not just a one-man show. That's not just Simon. We have Carrie there. She loves dogs and pets. We have a huge team. Now, if I have a prospect who's is into sports, is playing college football, right? I'll grab one of my team members who played organized sports. So I would find people in common, or people who live in around the same location as well. So someone's in New York, I'll grab someone in New York. Hey, meet Randy. Randy's one of my team members. And Randy and I can come on the 3-way call. We'll connect them. Now, if it's not a 3-way call, I'll bring them to the meeting. Okay? Or if the person can't go to the meeting, when we first sit down in the meeting, I'll bring out the phone and have that Randy from New York talk to them. Okay, on the phone, because I want them to know this is not just Simon's show. There's a team involved. And the less I speak, the better. Okay, nowadays it's a little difficult because I don't really have an upline, but sometimes I'll have my downline present. I'll have them downline talk. Right, talk for 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll just share a little bit some of my story. But the less you talk, the more other people talk. It makes the business simpler. So again, 3 things, right? 3 mistakes normally if the invite's harder. Number 1, it's a mindset thing. You may be prejudging people, and automatically people can sense that. Right. Number 2 is you're talking too much and you're making the business too hard. So you want to leverage on your team to, create that perception, and also think about them. When you first start off the business, it's very simple, right? You just bring it to your team members, bring it to a group presentation, and that's it. And so you want to keep that. You don't want to make it hard. And number 3, people like to join groups and teams, so definitely leverage off your teammates. Even if you don't present, they can talk about something in common, and that shows them, hey, this is not just Simon's show, one person. We have a whole group of people supporting. All right, thank you for watching my training. This is Simon Chan. If you really want to learn more about Invite, go get my sole sponsoring system. Just go to simonwchan.com/system. It has over 22 audios on how to invite, and also covers over 50 objections and different closes that you can use. But thank you for watching my training. And remember, we're in the profession to help others, so go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.